Lily Monroe is a force of nature. She is also impossible to encapsulate in one short minute, but I shall try my best. Firstly, Lily is ruthless. Earlier this year, I asked her for one mini Oreo in exchange for a great introduction. I was promptly denied because, as Lily said, she, quote, didn't think it was worth it, unquote. However, for all her ruthlessness, Lily is also a genuinely kind and caring person. She still gave me not one, but 2 mini Oreos, not in exchange for a great introduction, but just because I wanted one, and she's Lily. Lily Monroe is the kind of person we all wish we could be, but none of us are, because the world can only handle the power of one Lily Monroe. For example, she is still a Mandarin scholar. I didn't even know that was a possibility. This introduction in no way captures the many essences and nuances of Lily Monroe's personality, but I'm going to quit while I'm ahead and allow her to blast us all to the 12th dimension with whatever incredibly profound wisdom she has to share today. So please give it up for the Filipino noodle lover, the meme expert, the absent 16-year-old graduate, the one, the only, Lily Pauline Marcella Monroe.
Hey, what are you exactly? If you don't mind my asking, what's your ethnicity, race? No, nationality. Oh, sorry. I just assumed you were... Oh, yes. You already know the exact conversation I'm trying to convey. In my 16 years of living, I have found that if someone isn't already speaking to me in Spanish, then they're mustering up the courage to carefully ask where I'm from. As often as I get this question, there was one time when it was the single best question I had received in my entire life. This happened a few months ago. I'm traveling alone for the first time, and just as I had planned, I'm sobbing in the middle of the JFK airport. I've looked this up, and I think it's important to note that JFK is 4,930 acres in size. It has 128 gates, 6 terminals, and an extremely confusing air train. My phone is out of battery. I have about $10.87 in my pocket, and as I'm pleading with security that my flight is leaving and I'm not there, the standard, "Calm down, ma'am, don't crawl under the ropes, come back here, young lady," is drowned out as I sprint to my gate and watch as my flight leaves without me. I don't exactly remember what I did next, but it must have been pretty pitiful for this God-sent Delta flight attendant to ask, "Are you okay? Where are you headed? Where are you from?" This familiar question of "where are you from" prompted my jumbled and teary auto-response of, "I'm half Filipino." I'm half Filipino, half black, no habla español. Well, obviously she meant for me to give her more helpful information, like I'm trying to get to Memphis, Tennessee. She smiled, and it was one of those smiles that I just somehow already knew. She replied that she was from the Philippines, and the familiar comfort that I felt was immediately explained. I don't know if it was my tears or my being Filipino that prompted this woman to be a saint, but the next thing I knew, she was handing me a new ticket home on a flight that was previously sold out, front row, first class, free of the $200 penalty fee I would have paid. But let me tell you something about Filipinos. They don't become flight attendants. No, as Joe Coy in his Netflix series said, they all become nurses. I say this jokingly, but my point is that it was a 1 in a million chance that I would meet a Filipino flight attendant. And when I made the conscious decision to purposefully miss my flight, yes, purposefully, I was banking on that 1 in a million chance. But this isn't about what I did after I missed my flight, because obviously I'm here today giving this speech. It's why I was late in the first place. For the sake of details, I was coming back from a summer program that involved kids from all around the world, and all of us were at JFK, but in totally different terminals with various departure times. Earlier that day, I was sitting at that exact gate I was supposed to be departing from. I had about 2 hours to kill when, lo and behold, I get a text from one of my best friends. "Hey, if you have time to kill, come to Terminal 1 and let's eat lunch. I miss you already. Also, the hot dude from Tunisia's here." This was the moment. It'll take 1 hour, I thought. So I picked up my bags and did what I always do: walk confidently in the wrong direction. Needless to say, what should have taken 1 hour took 2.5. And in the middle of those 2 hours, I had lunch. It was the worst food I had ever spent $40 on, but I was surrounded with people that I loved. My best friend from South Korea, the hot dude from Tunisia, my new friend from Mauritius, a style icon from Kosovo, and a Greek boy who was madly in love with me. As I ate my overpriced egg roll, I was hit with the overwhelming consciousness that it would be a long, long time until I saw these people again. The moment is hard to explain. I had come across an undesirable emotion. It's not happy, it's not sad. You know that feeling when you realize the moment you are so consciously living is about to become a memory, and you can't decide whether you should dedicate all of your senses to savor the vastness of this particular experience, or if you should only be partly there. Half of you is enjoying the moment, and your other half is busy engraving all of these minute details into your brain so that you can recall them years from now. How salty is the egg roll? Isn't the Tunisian boy's laugh cute? How fast is my watch ticking? As my boarding time drew closer, I made the conscious decision to, as you know by now, miss my flight. Some may say it was foolish and irresponsible, but I would do it over and over and over again. Guys, there is so much life to be lived and so little lifetime to live it. And we are all given one singular lifetime. So spend it making decisions you would make 1,000 times over. And hey, you can always catch another flight. Thank you.